The MAGA rioter behind this infamous photo, you remember him, resting on former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's desk. Well, he was in court earlier, and, he had some regrets. Just a few. Now, that man's name is Richard Bigo Barnett, Bigo being, I guess, a nickname. And last week, he had told jurors that he had made a mistake, or, about 8 of them. Some of the ones that he admitted to was saying, I shouldn't have put my feet on the desk. Oh, no, that's the least of what you shouldn't have done. He said at the time, I thought it was funny. Because breaking and entering, that's so absolutely hilarious.
You idiot.
All right. But look, what was inadvertently hilarious is the fact that he not only has that famous picture taken because somebody there took the picture, which made it very, very easy to arrest him. Again, we're not dealing with the most intelligent people here.
Stupid.
But he also left a note for Nancy Pelosi that read, in part, "Hey, Nancy, Bigo was here. Biatch." All right. Look, I'm not a fan of Nancy Pelosi. I think it might be. I've talked about it before. Trading stocks, not being as progressive or progressive at all on things like healthcare policy, etc., kneecapping progressives in the House. All that stuff aside, I don't think people should have been breaking into her office, or as some of the other rioters were actually planning to do, to try to take her hostage or do physical harm. No, that's unacceptable. All of that is unacceptable, right? And you could not be a fan of Nancy Pelosi and condemn what these people did. It's a fairly simple thing. What he did was wrong, but also very
stupid.
And of course, if you're going to pose for, if you're also going to pose for a picture and sign your nickname and leave it on her desk, with your handwriting and your DNA all over it, well, that's also stupid. It's all stupid. Dumbass. Idiot. Just criming in public. I mean, it's a very special kind of idiot that does this. And of course, January 6th was filled with idiots. That's how they all got caught. But it gets funnier, though. You see, a lot of these MAGA chuds claim to love the Constitution. They do. Oh, the Constitution. Oh, I love the Constitution so much. That's right. Well, apparently, they don't seem to know much about it, at least when they were asked. This is according to CBS News' Scott MacFarlane, who had covered this court appearance, the sentencing hearing. And so during one exchange that was detailed, he was grilled about his knowledge of the Constitution. Here's a little back and forth. Quote, "You love the Constitution?" This is the prosecutor asking him. Barnett responded, "Love it. Oh, love that Constitution." First Amendment? Yes. Love it. Second Amendment? Obviously, massively in favor of that one. Oh, God, love it. Oh, Second Amendment is my favorite amendment. Prosecutor then asked, "Love the Third Amendment?" Barnett said, "Yes." Prosecutor asked, "Okay, what's the Third Amendment?" What is it? I don't know. Oh, you love it, but you don't know. You don't know what it is. Oh, it's great. Now, the Third Amendment basically bars soldiers from being quartered in your house against your approval, right? So, yeah, that was something that happened, back in the day. The colonists were not happy with, and so the founders made sure to include this into the Bill of Rights, that you don't have to quarter troops in your house. Now, look, I love it. I wouldn't want to quarter troops in my house. I'm pretty sure this guy also wouldn't want to. So, yes, of course he loves it. He just doesn't know that he loves it because he doesn't know what it is. The funny thing is, look, there's a joke. It's not really a joke. It's more of a truism where, a lot of lefties, we say like, well, they pretty much only know the First and Second Amendment. That's all the ones that they can care for. They don't count past those two, okay? To them, the Bill of Rights is only the First and Second Amendment, and they barely even understand both of those. Well, it turns out that is absolutely true. And now, again, as Bloom85 says, I don't think the average American could define every amendment. Hey, look, that's fair. But when you claim to be someone who knows and loves the Constitution, you should at least know the Bill of Rights in the Constitution. We're not talking about getting into, Amendment 3, Section 2, or whatever, subsection, paragraph 4. No, we're not talking about that. Because there are definitely multiple subsections of different amendments that you could discuss. And it's not just one thing. Like there are different facets to free speech, for example. And then, of course, there's the different facets to the Second Amendment, the right to bear arms, which includes, the thing that conservatives tend to ignore was the well-regulated militia. But that gets to the point of where they only know the parts of them. And I've noticed that it's the same phenomenon when it comes to the Bible. Oh, I love the Bible. Oh, what? I'm a huge Christian. Oh, I love the Bible. Yeah, love it. Have you ever read it? No, not really. Oh, can you tell me, where it says abortion is bad in the Bible, for example? Well, it's in there somewhere. No, it's not. Actually, in the Bible, it teaches you how to induce an abortion. Tells you how to make a mixture that will induce an abortion. If that child, of course, is not the husband's. If she has been, the wife has been, unfaithful. That kind of thing. Yeah. Yeah, those are things in there if you actually take the time to read it. By the way, oftentimes, and it's not all the time, but I've noticed that fairly often it tends to be that the more you read the Bible, the more that it makes you a non-believer in the Bible, that you don't necessarily believe that the, Bible is written by God. That doesn't mean necessarily that you will not believe in God, but you will look at the Bible as more of a, book of parables and, lessons, but not, and maybe divine inspiration, perhaps, but not written by the literal hand of God. So, and you also, the similar thing happens when you read the Constitution. You think, well, obviously the framers came up with some really, really good ideas, interesting ideas for democracy and things like that, but it's not a perfect document. And by the way, the fact that it's not a perfect document isn't a slight against the Constitution. The fact that the framers said that they admitted themselves that it wasn't a perfect document, and they did that by allowing a process for you to change or amend that document to make it better. So that's really the whole point, okay, of that. So that said, these are the same people who turn into constitutional scholars every time you disagree with them on social media. So now they are complete and utter clowns, ridiculous people. Just like this guy. Now, good news. Barnett was found guilty on Monday of all 8 counts. You know how long it took him? Less than 2 hours of deliberation. Lightning speed in the court. So, look, he was again found guilty on all 8 counts, including the 4 felonies. The most serious charge, obstructing an official government proceeding, carries a maximum penalty of 20 years in prison. Of course, he's not going to get that. No, federal sentencing guidelines are going to most likely recommend a shorter sentence to that. But seriously, he's in trouble. Apparently, his excuses being that I was just having fun and I don't know it was bad. And I could have called Nancy Pelosi something worse, but I didn't. Yeah, not exactly convincing to the jury.